Sex is way more emotional when you have less of it. When people talk about like, oh, hooking up is fun or going out and having fun is great, it is great for the moment, but there is a massive, massive, massive cost that you pay when you have sex with a lot of people. Having sex with a lot of people, it's not good.
It's not good.
It's just genuinely not a good thing, even for guys. I know a lot of guys talk about like, you should get a lot of girls and, do this stuff and have your fun. And like, it's cool in theory. Like, I think that there's a level to it, but the levels that guys are talking about, like the ones that we recommend for people, like you should have 100 bodies, like blah, blah, have 50 girls. Like that's ridiculous, okay?
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Maybe sleep with like 1 or 2 girls. I know this sounds like completely anti-red pill, but like you don't need to have sex with a fuck ton of girls in order to find out which ones are good and which ones are bad. And the more you have sex, the more you're training your mind to step out of relationships. It literally is the biggest mental block. It is the biggest mindset. It's the biggest additive to divorce and not getting married. The more sex you have when you're younger, I think there's definitely a correlation for higher rates of divorce, especially for women. Like if she has a certain amount of bodies, there's a higher rate of divorce. But like for men, I think as well, having more sex devalues what sex is. And sex is ultimately the biggest level of intimacy that you could have with somebody. It is one of the biggest boundaries we place on our partner. The reason that you have someone that's exclusive with you is because they don't fuck a bunch of people for the majority of relationships. So the whole thing I'm trying to say here is that one of the biggest things and one of the most controversial things that people talk about and have in a relationship is the boundary with sex. If you're dating somebody, they're your person sexually. They can talk to some other person. They can have a conversation. They can do business with them. They can go hang out with them sometimes. But when it comes to having sex, that's absolutely nowhere, anything around that barrier. But we normalize hookup culture. We normalize just having fun with this person and that person. And so that's where I think we go very wrong. Having sex with a lot of people is something that our society just is so okay with. It's so fine with. And that is honestly the biggest detriment to marriage and relationships. Hookup culture alone is probably the biggest thing that's preventing marriages today, because marriage, the whole value of marriage for a lot of guys is the sexual exclusivity that they can have with a woman. And they couldn't have sex with women back in the day because, in order to have sex with a woman, you have to basically be married to her. But now you don't have to. I could literally walk downtown right now. I could walk downstairs, literally, right on the strip here in Miami, go to any of these bars, pull a girl. Literally. I'm not saying that it's like dramatically easy. I'm not saying that I'm Mr. Suave here, but I'm saying it's possible. Like if I really wanted to, I could do it. And if a girl, obviously, if she really wanted to, she could do it too. And that's what kills this like fascination and this magic that you have with like, this is my person. This is everything to me. When you have sex over and over and over and over and over again, sex is not sex anymore. It's fucking a physical act that you do, a mental release. It's not love. It's not intimate. It's not something that you really, really hold close. And I think when you take that away from a relationship and marriage, it's like one of the glues that holds people together. People have an instant dopamine factor that they can have in a relationship where they can just fuck each other and they can get over a lot of arguments, a lot of problems, a lot of things. And so when you don't have that anymore, it gets killed. There's a reason that guys want virgins. There's a reason. They say that it reduces the value of a woman when she has a bunch of bodies. Well, I think intrinsically it also reduces the value of a man when he has a bunch of bodies as well. Men have to do work to get sex though. That's the one thing I'll say. Men have to dress nice, look good, smell clean, be a little aggressive, be not too aggressive, be soft, be gentle, be understanding, have a nice car, have a nice place, be able to have the conversation, have the drinks, spend the money, boom, then they get a kiss. Then they get a hug. Then they get maybe a little bit of a lucky action in the night. But it's a lot of shit. Men are not just showing up like dick out, like, yo, let's fuck. Girls are. There are literally places that have women, strip clubs. There are literally streets filled with escorts. There's a reason this industry exists. So when girls say, girls want to have sex just as much as men. No, they don't. They do not.
They do not?
They are completely lying. Girls fascinate themselves with those type of people. Men, any fucking girl. Any fucking girl. Girls are very particular. So that industry is not necessarily available for men. So women want sex a lot more. But the whole point I'm trying to say here is that the more sex you have, the more unemotional you're going to be towards it. You can still love somebody. You can still care about somebody. I don't think I'm necessarily broken by the amount of sex that I've had in my life. But I honestly, if I could take back all the sex that I had, I would take back a lot of it. Because a lot of it was meaningless. A lot of it was useless. A lot of it, 99% of it probably, ended up nowhere. Nowhere. I didn't have anything that ended up positive in a way from it. It took time, energy, effort away from me. Maybe it satisfied me. We can counterbalance the benefit to it, but I think a lot more times it was just about fun. It was just about enjoying myself than really like a psychological benefit. I'm doing it for my health. No, I was doing it to have fun. I was doing it to enjoy myself. So control your body, restrict the sex, and be very careful with who you give yourself to.